Welcome to Tarot and Beyond. My name is Shevon, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So if this is your first time here, normally I do pick a card readings, but today we are actually going to be doing just a collective reading. And the reason that I wanted to do this is actually because a very generous subscriber has sent me a gift, and they have gifted me with this new tarot deck, which is the Tarot of the Divine. So this is inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from around the world, which I thought was fascinating. So my idea for today is that we're going to do a collective reading based on archetypal themes portrayed by deities, folklore, and fairy tales, which are some of my personal favorite things. So we're going to explore this deck together. It's my first time using it. I'm really excited, and the subscriber has chosen to remain anonymous, but you know who you are, and thank you very much. I'm so excited to play with this deck with you guys live on camera and see what messages come through. So I'm just going to give it a shuffle. So just right off the bat, shuffling this deck and connecting to its energy, I'm noticing that it has a very ancient, very wise sort of feeling to it. I can definitely sense the deities in this deck, and I'm excited to see how the other aspects come out. So I'm not planning on, I don't have any idea of what we're going to be looking at here. It's just going to be very intuitive and freestyle. Okay, so I'm just going to see what comes out. So far we have the 8 of Wands, the 5 of Coins, and the Star. The Star card really standing out to me here. So this feels like this energy of Rapunzel is what I'm seeing here. I don't know if that's actually what this, I don't know if this is actually what this individual is, but it's feeling like Rapunzel vibes. We also have the 5 of Coins, and she's got she looks Russian or something. And then we have the 8 of Wands feeling like a thunderbird or like a fire bird, a phoenix. Obviously that's what that's called. So this is interesting to me that we have these three. Something is moving quickly. The 8 of Wands is this very, very fast movement. Now, it feels like there's a progress or progression away from this sense of longing or loneliness or feeling left out in the cold with that 5 of Pentacles energy. It's giving me a sense of I don't want to be here anymore, and so I have set it in motion that things are going to change. So essentially, it's I'm going to wish on this star. I'm going to manifest this difference for myself. And as a result, the energy is shifting, the energy is changing. So I'm feeling like things are happening very quickly. Let's take a look at what this is referring to. We have the 9 of Swords and the King of Wands as well. Beautiful peacock energy there with the King of Wands. Another firebird. Yeah, so it's there's a similarity here. It feels very phoenix. So this is a phoenix moment. You're rising from the ashes, especially if you have been in a position of lack. There is going to be a massive change is what I'm seeing. And this is a collective reading. This is for all of us here because it's not pick a card. So all of you guys who have been drawn to this reading, this is for you. And I feel like there's a recovery. The Star card very much speaks to me of recovery, and the 9 of Swords is anxiety, stress, worry, sleepless nights, can even be fear is what I'm kind of getting from it here. But it's there's a sense of transcendence. And even in the imagery here, it's she's transcending, and it's the other people who are experiencing the fear. So I feel like you're rising above. You are getting out of a period of challenge or darkness, or where you were experiencing less than what you needed, and quite frankly, less than what you deserved. And I feel like there's going to be, like I said, a massive turnaround here where you're actually stepping into your power in a very, very big way. And you've manifested that. That is what is the most important thing here, is that this isn't just something that is randomly happening in your life. You actually manifested this because you decided you didn't want to be in this position anymore. You said to yourself and to spirit and to the universe, I don't want to be in this position anymore. I'm sick of feeling tired. I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. And I'm going to make a change here. I'm going to completely burn myself to the ground and rebirth myself as a completely new version of me that's better, that's stronger, that's bolder, more confident. I'm just going to go after what I want. I'm not going to let fear and stress and worry hold me back anymore. I'm going to level up. Level the F up. So let me clarify the 5 of coins. What was this situation? We have the 2 of swords. Look at all this fire energy, even though it's a swords card. I just love it. This is beautiful deck, beautiful imagery. So I feel as though there was kind of like, stuckness. There was stuckness. There's a sea monster in the background there. I don't know if you guys can see it. And it feels like there was stuckness in the sense that you couldn't really go this way, you couldn't really go that way, and you were stuck in a period of indecision where there was a real lack of clarity is kind of what I'm seeing here. You weren't seeing your options clearly. So I'm seeing that there were options there, but either you didn't want to take them or you didn't see them for what they were. And this is giving me like Lord of the Rings vibe when they get to Moria and there's that sea monster in the lake there and they can't go back. And because that sea monster is coming up and attacking them, so they have to go into the mines even though they really didn't want to go in there in the first place. It's kind of like being forced into a position against your will that you didn't want to be in. And maybe that's why it felt like you didn't have any options, or it felt like you were stuck or trapped. But you're freeing yourself, or have recently freed yourself from this. So let me see. I want to clarify the King of Wands. Wow, the Sun card. So this could be, honestly, because you have the King of Wands and the Sun, both of these refer to Leo. I feel like because at the time I'm filming this, it's a timeless reading, but at the time I'm filming this, we are in Leo season. So I feel like you're doing this right now because I did just ask, like, when is this happening? Are you doing it now, or did you do it before? I feel like this is happening this month, or it's being catalyzed at the time that whenever is like most kind of close to the time that you're seeing the reading. But yeah, the Sun card here is this, it's liberation and freedom and health and healing, especially because with 5 of Pentacles, sometimes it's like feeling left out in the cold. Sometimes it is feeling stuck and trapped. Sometimes it's feeling left behind, forgotten, abandoned, but sometimes it can even indicate financial or physical health issues. And since we have the Star card, which speaks of healing, and we've got these energies of the Phoenix, I feel like maybe there was a physical health issue that you are recovering from in some way, shape, or form, because the Sun card definitely speaks of that. This is regenerative healing through the power of this sun or solar energy, which is the spirit within you. Okay, I want to clarify the 8 of Wands. Ooh, you have Temperance. This is a beautiful card. Look. She's just so peaceful. I actually want to look this card up. They're telling me that we need to actually look this one up in the book. So let me find that. Okay, so this is the Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara. India, it's a Buddhist bodhisattva. Temperance is about balance and meditation. It is being humble, recognizing when to change with the times and when to change the situation itself. The bodhisattva Avalokitesvara identities are fluid, but their goodwill remains constant. Okay, so basically this bodhisattva is very much about fluidity. And that's really what temperance speaks of, because it's about this moderation and this natural flow. It's not one thing or the other. It's like a mix of both. So I think that the 8 of Wands here being clarified by temperance is really talking about this very fast rapid transformation into a different version of you, especially since they talked about identities, but it's a more fluid identity. It's not quite as rigid. Maybe you were stuck in the rigidity of your old sense of self and how you perceived yourself in relationship to the world. And now there's a more fluid, multifaceted version of you that is coming online through this healing, because you're finally being able to see things clearly and transcending these previous limitations of fears and doubts and worries and things like that. That being said, I do want to clarify the Nine of Swords because I feel like there is additional, the Hermit, okay? So look, just such a beautiful card. I really love this deck. Thank you so much, anonymous donor. So the Hermit card here is really speaking to me of this transcendence. Very much so. And again, I'm getting Harry Potter vibes from it. Like, this is speaking to me of the moment when he casts the Patronus for the first time. And this archetype always reminds me of this power of perception, because he would not have been able to cast that Patronus if he didn't believe that he could, because he'd already seen himself do it. So the only thing that allowed him to be able to cast it at such a young age, it's a really powerful, challenging spell, was the fact that he knew he could because he'd already done it. So I feel like the transcendence that's happening here and the healing that is occurring is actually as a result of you kind of tapping into the future you, which is essentially your higher self. So your higher self is you in the future, outside of time and space, and they turn around at the end of their spiritual journey when they've returned to wholeness, back to source again, and they understand the journey in its entirety, and they just want to help you, which is yourself. They want to help themselves in the past to get through all of the things that they went through. And so they return outside of time and space to be able to bring guidance through. So I feel like the transcendence here is the fear and the limitation and the stress and worry of the mind being removed, or you rising above it, I should say. It's not like it's removed. It's just that you go up here so it can't get you anymore. And it's because you're seeing things more clearly. My nose is getting really itchy, and this always happens when something is really powerful. Either it's agitating or it's something that's being emphasized really heavily. And I feel like this is emphasis on the fact that the Nine of Swords here is really talking about your transcendence. You're moving out of periods of feeling as though you couldn't do it, and you're realizing that you can. So it's kind of like you're starting to see the power of your manifestations come to life. And as a result, you're seeing yourself differently, you're feeling more powerful, and you're also understanding what you can create and what you can actually do. It's like, okay, I wished upon a star, and now I'm starting to see this change. I'm starting to feel different. I'm starting to look at myself differently. And I'm, as a result, seeing the differences showing up in the outside world. Like, I'm actually seeing maybe a manifestation of money, or a physically better health, or you're just looking or feeling better about yourself. Or maybe there's less mental chatter and monkey mind controlling you out of fear. I do want to clarify the star, because I feel like you made this wish, and it's so apropos because you have justice. So the wish was one of fairness and balancing. It was like getting out of these unfair circumstances by stepping back into your power. That's what made it fair again. That's what cleared the karma and balanced the cause and effect, was essentially you being like, I don't want to endure this anymore, and therefore I'm not going to. Because I'm going to step into my power, and I'm going to change my circumstances. I'm going to manifest a way out. I'm going to stop playing the victim. I'm going to be the strongest me that I can be in this moment. And I'm going to continue to develop that as I go along. Yeah, you have the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands. I just randomly pulled these out. They're not clarifying anything. I just felt them in the deck and knew that they needed to come out. So this is really like you've stepped into your power. Look at him. Strength, 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 strength. You're like, I'm not going to put up with this anymore. I'm going to make a way where there was not one. I'm going to stand up and advocate for myself. If I have felt alone and abandoned, I'm going to be the squeaky wheel that gets the grease. And even if that's just doing that with the universe and manifesting, then I'm going to do that. And then the Nine of Wands here is really interesting because we have the story of Baba Yaga. And one of the best descriptions of this story that I've ever seen is actually in a book that I have, Women Who Run with the Wolves. And this is by Clarissa Pinkola. She's a PhD. She goes into myths and stories of the wild woman archetype, and she does dissect the Baba Yaga story and how it's really about women trusting their intuition and being able to connect to that feeling sensory self, to be able to problem solve and find solutions and transcend situations that seem impossible, and actually doing them because your intuition is telling you that you can. So it's really cool. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. And then when you do that, when you achieve the impossible through the following of your intuition, or through that perception and that feminine quality, which we all have, masculine and feminine, males and females, we all have the feminine quality, to be able to feel, to sense, to perceive. And that is what allows us to trust and to act on the intuition, to break free from cycles of impossibility or perceived impossibility where you felt trapped or stuck in things in the world that felt like they were disempowering you in some way. But instead, you choose to take your power back. And as a result, you get the gift of the light, which is what this is what the main character gets from Baba Yaga once she completes all of her impossible tasks. She is able to use the torch, the skull fire torch, to be able to find her way back home and to free herself, basically. So she gets this blessing because she proved that she trusts herself and that she can transcend the impossible. Okay, let's see if there's any final... Yes, there are. I was going to say, let's see if there's any final closing messages from Spirit. And then we had the Eight of Coins pop out. So the Eight of Coins here is talking about this manifestation, this hard work that you've put in. I feel like if you have been worried about money, finances, or physical health, they are saying very clearly here that your work is going to pay off, or it already is beginning to. You're starting to see the results, and the fruits of your labors are going to show up. Keep studying, keep practicing, keep doing. So let's say, for example, you started a manifestation practice. Keep doing that, keep visualizing, keep writing things down, keep feeling as though it's already here. These kinds of things are going to, again, help you to transcend. Now, I feel like this may have been a hard process, because even just looking at the card here, like she's struggling a little bit, right? It's like painful for her to do this, but I'm going to get a clarifier in this because I feel like this is, again, about transcendence. So you have the Page of Swords. You're getting clarity of thought as you're doing these processes of practice, is what they're saying. Like, these processes of practice are teaching you how to, with a little bit of grit, like a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears here, to break free from this cycle by creating a new one. And it's like you gain a lot of clarity. Again, they're emphasizing the intuition because she's got this little bird on her finger, and it's speaking to me of the intuition. It's like a little birdie told me. And I literally did a reading on that. And it was like your intuition knows what's up because a little birdie told you. And so it's being able to trust that, to be able to break free from cycles where you were getting hurt by what you were trying to do or to build. But instead, it's like you're going to be those birds in the background of this image where you're actually flying free for the first time, and you're transcending. Because again, we have so much imagery of the birds here, the firebird, the phoenix, flying free. You're transcending, you're moving above. So yeah, birds are very high frequency energy. They can be on the ground, i.e. the third dimensional realm, or the 3D, but they can also take flight. So that's going up to the fifth dimensional frequency bandwidths and above. This is what the metaphor is here that I'm really getting, is that you guys are transcending by moving to a higher frequency, by raising your own frequency higher, which is through practice, thought, belief, and action. Most of it is belief. A lot of it is belief, I should say, but it's also action-based, right? We need to back our beliefs up with actions, or to change our beliefs, we need to change our actions. So I just looked up at the time and it was 2112 on the recording. So it's like mirroring. 2s and 1s could be significant to you. I always see 2s and 1s kind of about how you take these steps to move forward, how you initiate actions, how you progress. They also remind me of like harmonization, balancing, and trusting yourself through the process of manifestation. All right. Okay, final card we have is the 2 of Cups. This is a really interesting card. I feel like you guys are, I feel like you're really, I just feel a greater sense of balance. Like the 2 and the 1 is you and others, self and other relationships. And I get this sense that you're balancing something out here so that you really feel more at home and at peace within yourself. And as a result of that, there's relationships coming in. So if a relationship or a love or a particular way that you feel in regard to a romantic relationship has been highlighted for you in your manifestations, then this is also confirmation that you are creating that and that you can have that, or you can improve the one that you currently have if that's the case. But I get the sense that there is a manifestation that involves love for you in one way, shape, or form. But it's going to come kind of packaged together with healing and with some kind of progression in how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself. So it's like the more clear you are in your mind about who you are and what you need, and the more healthy you're becoming physically, emotionally, and spiritually, raising your frequency, it's like this love can come in a much more harmonious way. It's no longer something that you are really kind of dependent on or striving for, or like pulling. It's kind of like you're relaxed, you're at peace, you're trusting your power, and you're just like, it's all good. Like, it's all good. I'm not worried about it. I'm not concerned. I'm just going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on what I need to be doing right now, and being all right with being a little bit just introspective and taking that alone time for you to heal and to recover and to transcend. You're rebirthing yourself. So that takes a lot of energy and focus. And this partnership or this friendship or this, soulmate connection or twin flame, it's like they're going to come in, or the relationship will improve when you are continuing to focus on you, and you kind of come out the other side of that feeling a lot less pain at practicing that on a daily basis, or at least as consistently as possible. So that is what I see for you. I was going to say like group number 1, but this isn't a group. This is all of us. So we're all group number 1 in this reading. So this is what I see for you guys. I hope that this resonated and that you enjoyed this reading style. I'll probably pop on from time to time and do readings like this, sort of face forward and general collective readings. If you guys enjoy that, let me know. I won't make it like super regular, but I wouldn't mind spicing it up from time to time and throwing these in if into the mix, if it's something you guys like and you enjoy. Otherwise, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I really enjoyed playing with the cards, and we will see you in the next reading. By the way, if you guys enjoy my reading style and you want to go deeper, we do have memberships available here on the channel. There are 2 tiers. There's the Soul Tribe and the Soul Family. The Soul Tribe and Soul Family will both get you access to the members only readings, as well as the live YouTube readings that we do with those groups only. So they are private for the members, and we connect one-on-one, where I'm able to give you guys more personalized guidance and answer your questions live on camera. If you guys are interested in that, Soul Tribe or Soul Family will get you access. All right. So thank you so much for being here, guys. I love you, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.